Fred Phelps happens to believe homosexuality is wrong. And you know what? He's right. I can see the headline tomorrow. He's right.
Starts now. Good evening. You're watching Kansas First News at 10. I'm Kevin Boughton. Thanks for joining us tonight. Some Kansans are protesting what they say is a message of hate given by a Seneca pastor last week. Kansas First News reporter Janine Geyer went to the protest and tells us what she found at the New Hope Baptist Church.
The parking lot at New Hope Baptist was empty Sunday morning.
Well, this has been an interesting week.
Pastor Curtis Knapp posted last night's sermon online. Service took place the night before as people planned to protest his message from last week when he said the government should kill homosexual people.
Without that kind of background, there was really no context to fit some of my comments into. The first thing I want to say is that the comments that I made last week were my own.
But Pastor Knapp's message gained national attention and strong reactions.
They posted the link to his online sermon and I listened to it and I was aghast.
Pastor Curtis Knapp of the Baptist Church had a sermon speaking specifically against homosexuals and why it's a sin. And the predominant points were, one, that the government should be killing gays.
Nancy Noiseward says love thy neighbor should be what Knapp preaches.
Pastor Knapp can have his freedom of speech, but we also are allowed to protest it and send a very strong message to our communities that love is our value and not hate.
Protesters say this issue runs deeper than gay and lesbian rights.
This is a human rights issue more than it is a gay rights issue. It's to not promote murder and hate, and to promote acceptance and understanding and open communication, and understand that we're not here to judge. That there's someone, you know, that's his thing, not mine.
Pastor Knapp responded to critics Saturday night.
Number one, do I think gays should be harmed or killed? No, I don't.
Janine Geyer, Kansas First News.
If you would like to listen to these sermons, we've posted a link on our website. Go to kansasfirstnews.com and click on news links. Calls to the church for comment on today's protests have not yet been returned. It was a cloudy, rainy end to the weekend, but that sun...
Why preach on homosexuality in a series on revival? Because the sin of homosexuality in our culture and the increasing acceptance of it and the casual, easy way that we talk about it without vomiting shows how far we have fallen. The sense of ugh is gone. When you think about homosexuality, you should think, ugh. Do you? Do you think that way anymore? Or have you been desensitized by continual barrages from the media? Continual talking about it. And conservatives are hardly any better than liberals. Hardly any better. You have to have a Christian to have someone who's absolutely nauseated by it, not just a conservative. I hear a lot of conservatives in political things talking about, yeah, well, it's probably inevitable. One day this won't even be an issue anymore. And, let's talk about the economy. It's a degrading passion. Paul says. That's one of the words he uses. Degrading passion. Indecent act. An impurity, he says. A dishonor. An unnatural thing. And according to other scriptures, abomination. Abomination is something that is detestable, grotesque, and nauseating to God. That's what it is. The thing itself, whether you marry or not, is sickening. It's disgusting. It is evil and vile. And there is no other way to argue this position. Liberals have already won the argument. You're done. You're finished. In Leviticus 18:22-23, you shall not lie with the male as one lies with the female. It is an abomination. Also, you shall not have intercourse with any animal to be defiled with it, nor shall any woman stand before an animal to mate with it. It is a perversion. Isn't it interesting how we still think that's gross and disgusting, but the one before we don't? What is the basis for our laws against bestiality, against incest? It's the Bible. It's God's morality. We think those things are wrong. Because God said they're wrong. And because He wrote it on our heart, His commandments. But our culture has hardened its heart regarding what God wrote on our hearts with respect to homosexuality. Leviticus 20:13, if there is a man who lies with a male as those who lie with a woman, both of them have committed a detestable act. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood guiltiness is upon them. They shall be put to death. That's what happened in Israel. That's why homosexuality wouldn't have grown in Israel. It tends to limit conversions. It tends to limit people coming out of the closet. Oh, so you're saying that we should go out and start killing them? No. I'm saying the government should. They won't, but they should.